Hi, friends. Uh, so, this is my ongoing effort to kind of go over the philosophy of money and wealth building. So, this is I'm kind of starting this whole journey. This is my journey, and I'm trying to record this journey, and let's see if others get any benefit out of this whole journey of mine. So, I was reading one quote. I think there was one podcast that I was listening few days back. So that said, the only objective of money is to spend. I spent some time on this line, right? I kind of did some analysis on this line. That what does this line actually mean? So I think at the end it felt to me that it's pretty good at a pretty important line, which kind of tells us the difference between the money and wealth. Again, we really need to understand the difference between money and wealth. As per the book Psychology of Money, it says money is something that others can see, wealth is something that cannot be seen. So maybe I'll create a different video for that. I'll try to keep this video short and just give one message in a day. Um, So, what is money? The money that we have, money that we can spend, right? Money that can be used to buy something. So, that's money. And what is the best case scenario then? Let's think about it that way. So, what is the best case scenario for money? That we have money and we made money all throughout our life, but the day we die, we spend all our money, right? We not care about our children or anything. They will make their own money, right? They will make their own, or something. They will earn their own money. As one point here, keep in mind that I'm talking about money here. I'm not talking about wealth. Not even talking about generational wealth. I'm talking about pure form of money, the cash that it's in my pocket, that I can spend, the cash that is in my bank that I can spend. So the best case scenario that the day we are gonna die, we spend all our money and all our money is gone. Can this be possible? Now, here's the one thing, can this scenario even be achievable? Because we don't know when we're gonna die. Maybe age of 80, maybe at the age of 90, 100, or even 60. Who knows? Right? Nobody knows. So, now here's the problem, right? If we assume that money, we kept our money or distributed or planned our money in such a way that by the time we are 80 we kind of used all our money, what in case we live more than that? And the chances are, is today's generation with more medical advancements and everything, the chances are pretty high that we will live beyond that age of 80. Not everybody, but yeah, we will live, most of us will live. So this scenario is not even possible. So there will be some money left after we are dead, right? And our next generation will use that money. Now comes the difference between money and wealth. Wealth is not money. That's something that you have to understand pretty clearly. Wealth is something that remains hidden. Money is the outcome of that wealth. Your wealth is your education. That's your wealth. Your knowledge, your experience, those are your wealth. Money is an outcome of that wealth. If a person is highly educated, a researcher, maybe a nuclear scientist or something, that's his wealth. His money that he is getting is his higher salary. Someone is a doctor, a lawyer, being that doctor, having that knowledge is a wealth. Being a lawyer, knowing those intricacies of laws, reading thousands of books maybe over the time, that's his wealth. What's the outcome? The outcome is money. So we need to understand the difference. So if we understand the difference very clearly, or not just we, tell your kids as well. That's normally I do. I tell my kids the difference between the wealth and money. Tell them every other day. The way they will learn, then telling them again and again will get this picture clearer and clearer in their mind. So they won't run after money, they need to run after wealth. And this wealth could be, there are variety forms of wealth. Money has only one form, and money has only two states. Stage one is with you, and stage two, you spent it, it's gone. That's it, no other state. Wealth, on the contrary, can have multiple forms. Your relationship has a wealth, free time is a wealth. I'll come to those points later again, maybe one by one, the different forms of wealth. Your education knowledge is a wealth. Your real estate can be a wealth. Your stock portfolio can be your wealth. So whenever we say a person is wealthy, your health is definitely one big part of your wealth, because if that person is not healthy, his wealth, he cannot enjoy it as well. Then again, that's a different topic, I'll come to that later. So point is, wealth is not money. Money is an outcome of your wealth. It's a side output of wealth, maybe you can, that's what you can say. If you are wealthy in some way, money will come, and that you can use, right? So always focus on trying to be wealthy rather than trying to make more money, right? uh, a person who making maybe 500,000 a year may not be wealthy. A person who is making 100,000 a year may be wealthy. Maybe he has more knowledge, he has more free time to spend with his kids, more time to spend teach his new next generation, more time to spend with his family. Maybe those are the things that he values, then he is more wealthier in that ways. Even if his income is low, income is money, right? Maybe his knowledge is also low, right? Maybe he is not highly educated person. The lawyer is maybe highly educated, maybe he makes, or the doctor, he makes 500,000, but he has no time to spend with his family. His family is falling apart, maybe, right? The kids, they are just spending the dad's money, running around um, with high-end cars and everything. Do you think that person is wealthy, right? He's wealthy in education, but he's not wealthy on the other things. um, there are different pillars of a life. I'll come to that one later. There are four pillars of life. um, those, all the four pillars needs to be grown together. If you just grow one pillar, the rest of the three pillars are not grown properly, so the house will be kind of, it's not gonna have a stable life. So that's what that four pillars thing means. um, so that's what I just wanted to a quick overview of this thing. The only objective of money is to spend. So whenever you think about money, think that the end goal of money is spending. The thing that you spend is the money that you need. Otherwise, you have wealth. Wealth you cannot spend. Money you can spend. Okay, there's another thing I wanted to go. I will go over this one. So this is the book that I was reading. It says Money, the true story of a made up thing. It's very nice. Jacob Goldstein. So I'm reading this book. Maybe I'll cover chapter by chapter on this book, because I really like this book. It tells me the story of money, currency, wealth from history. And I just finish my talk with just one line here. What we learn from history is that we never learn from history. So this is a very this is again, I was listening to some podcast and I heard this line somewhere, that what we learn from history is that we never learn anything from history. And now the problem is, if we don't learn anything from history, the chances of repeating that bad history is very high. Uh, So learning from history is very important. And this book tells us the rise and fall of money in European countries, in China. How does the currency came into picture and everything. So I'll go over this book in some other video. Let me finish this book first, couple of times, and then maybe I'll make a video. I think that's it. I'm not gonna speak for long. Thank you.